When you have shares, you can proudly boast that yes, I have a share with Dangote. Yes, I have a share with MTN. Yes, I have a share with any of the companies. So that is what stock is. Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Money Talk with Dima. In this channel, I talk about money, wealth creation, business, everything entrepreneurial. So just stay with me in this channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to invest in the stock market. Today's video is about how to invest in the stock market. So let's start with what is a stock market. Let's use a scenario of the regular market that we know, which is this our normal market. You go to the market. A market is a place where buying and selling takes place. We have different buyers, we have different sellers, and in the market there is a free entry and free exit. So you can enter the market at any point in time and leave the market at any point in time. You can decide to sell your product in the market anytime you go to the market. So for an official standardized market, there is a time of opening and a time of closure. So they open usually, some markets open by 7, some close by 6, and that is it. So when it comes to what a stock market is, a stock market is not different from the normal markets that you know. The only difference is that a stock market is a market where shares is being sold and bought. When we say when shares is being sold and bought, shares means that you have a portion of a company's product. Like for instance, the Dangote company, you can buy parts of that company's shares from the company. That means you are a shareholder of that company. It also means that whenever this company wants to do any change or reformation in the company, they need to notify you because you are a shareholder. So it's just for you to say that you are having a stake in a particular company. So when you have shares, you can proudly boast that yes, I have a share with Dangote. Yes, I have a share with MTN. Yes, I have a share with any of the companies. So that is what stock is. Stock market is a place where shares is being bought and sold. So in a stock market, there are rules. The stock market has an opening time and a closure, which is they open around 8 a.m. and they close by 4 p.m. So it means that within this time frame, you will be able to trade your business, you'll be able to sell shares, you'll be able to buy shares. Remember, I said that shares means you have a stake, a part ownership of that company. It means that you can boldly say that I have a part of shares from Dangote, from whatsoever, UBA, any of the sectors. That is what it means. So there are two types of stock in the stock market. You have the growth stock and we have the dividend stock. So for the growth stock, this is basically for people who are into financial analysis, people who understands the market, people who trade in the market. They know what the market is about. It is not for a beginner. These ones know what the market is about, and their main aim of buying this stock is for them to sell. So they are traders. They call these people growth stock are for traders, people who buy and sell shares. What they do is they buy shares at a lower price and they sell shares at a higher price. So they operate within a time frame for them to sell shares. So I want you to know that in the stock market, there is what we call fluctuation. Fluctuation means that the prices of a share can change at any time. You can buy a share today, this morning, for 6 naira per share, and when you come back, the closing stock or the closing price for that shares can be 10 naira per share at that point in time, or it can also drop from 6 naira to 4 naira. So there are fluctuations when it comes to shares and stock market. So for growth investors or for growth investing, it means that these are investors that are buying shares and selling shares for the purpose of making profit. It is usually for a short time frame. They are not like the normal investors who just invest their money and they leave it there. They buy and they sell. They are stock traders. The next type of stock investing is the dividend stock investing. So for this type of investing, this is the type of investing that I will recommend that you invest. This is actually for a long time. And what dividend means is that you make profit from that company. It means that when a company is making profit, at the end of the day, they share dividend you get to get dividends from that company. And it's of two things. Remember, in shares, you are part and parcel of that company. It means that when the company is making profit, you are also making profit. And when the company is making loss, you are obviously making loss. So for dividends, you get, if a company says that at the end of the year, or dividend is usually shared depending on how the company agrees to share the dividend. It can be quarterly, it can be yearly, it can be semi-quarterly. So it depends on how an organization decides to share their dividend. So if a company says that each dividend is 3 naira per share, so let's assume that you have 300 shares from them. It means that at the end of the day, 3 naira times 300, you're making 900 for that particular shares as profit, aside the normal fluctuation of the changes in price. But if there are changes in price in the original value of the shares, you are also making your profit as well. But dividend, you will gain a stable income from that company. That is where they say you get your passive income. That is why people advise basically for you to go into investing in a shares or in a stock of a company, because you will tend to have a passive income. Profit income comes into your account from that company. When they are sharing their profits, you are obviously part of it. When they are sharing their loss, you are obviously part of it. So because this involves you making profit and loss, and this is actually the type of investment that I would advise you as a beginner to begin with. You want to know, because it's a long-term investing. It's a long-term investing that comes with profit from dividends. It is also a long-term investing that comes with losses. So I would like you to know there are things you need to know before you invest in any company. Number one is that I'll ask you that you need to know how to choose a company. Yes, for you to know how to choose a company, there are lots of things you need to consider. Do you know what that company do? Do you know exactly what the company do or how they make their own money? Some company have, like I'll use example of this US stock. There's a company that has printer, and they also print ink. So if you look at that company, they sell majorly on their ink. If you buy shares from that company and you just buy shares based on the company as a whole, not because of that ink, you might not make profit, because that company is making their profit from the ink. So you need to know what a particular company is into. Are they into telecommunications? Are they into agriculture? Are they into manufacturing? Are they into construction? Are they into oil and gas? You need to take your time to research about what that company does. To be an investor is not for lazy people. You need to be on your toes to know how to check if a company is profitable or not. Because if you go to a company that is not profitable, you will be part of their loss. You will incur loss. You will be part of their debt. I know companies operate on debts, but you need to be very careful before investing. Know the type, what this company does, how they make their money, how they run their business, their CEOs, their executive. Know how all these people are, how their leadership pattern is, before you can choose to invest in that company. Another thing you need to do when you're choosing the type of company to invest is that you have to put it in the back of your mind that you need to diversify your income. Yes, diversify your investment. This is because if you invest all your money in a particular company, and let's take for instance that company runs down, your money goes. But by the time you diversify, maybe you want to invest 100,000 naira. You buy shares of 20,000 naira from MTN, 20,000 naira from Zenith Bank, 20,000 naira from Airtel, 20,000 naira from GT Bank, and you just diversify your income. It gives you a better edge, because you know if this company is making loss, the other one might not be making loss, and you will be using the other one to compensate yourself for the losses you're making in the other companies. So make sure you diversify your shares. The next thing you need to do is you need to know to evaluate a company, like proper financial evaluation of a company. When we say evaluation of a company, you should be able to read the company's financial statements. Yes, go to the internet, go to the web and research about this company. Know where they are making their money from. Read the financial statement. The financial statements that you should understand it just the way you know how to knot your tie, or the way you know how to lay your hair by yourself. You need to do that. Understand a company's financial statements. Know when a company is making profit and when they are making loss before you take your money to that company. Understand their financial statement, know how to read their financial statement, know how to read a balance sheet of a company, so that you will be informed better. I will also leave a proper detailed video on how you can read a company's financial statement, know when a company is making profit and loss in that company. So just stay glued to this channel. You will be learning a whole lot from this channel. The next thing you want to know is to know if a company is in debt. To know if a company is in debt, because if you don't research, you might just think a company is making profit by what they are putting on the Nigerian stock market brochure, and you see that this company is making profit. You need to be able to check that this company, I know all companies are into debt, but now you need to know if this company are able to clear their debts at a particular time. If they are taking loan from a particular organization or any parastatal, they should be able to pay the debts that they are owing. You'll see how consistent they are in clearing their debts. That is how you know that this company is a reliable company that you want to invest your money in. The next thing you need to know is that you need to know the future of the company. Don't go and invest your money in a company that doesn't have future. A company that in the next 3 to 4 years, it will just run down. How do you know the future of a company? Look at their executive. Understand the management of that company. It is not when a company today, the director of this company is all over the news for fraud, or all over the news for money laundering or whatsoever. You need to know the future of the company by the people who work for that company. That is how you know the future of a company that will grow. The next thing you want to do is to choose a licensed stockbroker. So in the Nigerian stock market, we have, or it is called the Stock Exchange Group. Now, it was usually the Nigerian stock market before, but now it is called the Stock Exchange Group. So in the Stock Exchange Group, there are licensed companies who can actually help you trade your shares, help you buy shares. So for you to understand this, you need to make this Nigerian stock group your friend. Go and research about it. Know companies that are licensed to trade on shares. Once you know the company that are licensed to trade on shares, you will comfortably buy shares from that company. And again, once you're doing your investigation, be sure that you are checking for companies that have online platform, because this will help you ease, and it will help you a lot, rather than going to the bank or going to a physical outlet to just fill out forms and all this. You can just sit in the comfort of your zone. You monitor how your account, your stock grows. You monitor your portfolio and know the shares, when your shares increase, when the price of a share increase, and when the price of a share drop. This will even help you to trade better. This will help you to buy more shares. This will help you to sell out shares when you sense that maybe the price is going to fall down, and you're going to do that quickly. When you're also researching for a licensed stockbroker that you know that there are brokerage fee. Yes, look for a company that at least the brokerage fee is fair. And I will advise that instead of you doing, I want to buy shares of 5,000 naira, I want to buy shares of 1,000 naira, as at now, you won't be able to make profit. Remember, most of these licensed stockbroker, they take out their own brokerage fee. Imagine you're buying shares for 5,000 naira, and they are taking out 1 naira 50 kobo, 1 naira 50 kobo, yes, from every shares that you bought from that company. And if you want to resell, you will still have to pay brokerage fee to resell that stock. That is why it is best advised that you can save your money in your wallet account, in the brokerage, like in the licensed app that you want to invest in, or the licensed stockbroker that you want to invest in. Save your money in their wallet account, and when that money is tangible enough, you can now buy more shares for you to make higher profit and reduce the rate at which you pay brokerage fee. Another thing you want to know about the licensed stockbroker is that you need to check how long this stockbroker has been in existence. You need to know how they have been in existence, and be sure that our advice that you go into, you trade with licensed stockbrokers who are 10 years and above, because you know these ones are there, they are here to stay. Monitor their platform, go and read reviews about their platform before you be able to choose a particular licensed broker that you want to start investing your money with. Another thing is, when you're done with investigating and checking the licensed stockbroker that you want to invest in, remember I said that in every shares that you're investing, you pay brokerage fee. Ensure you go for the licensed stockbroker that their brokerage fee is fair, so you will be able to make profit for yourself. I said the next thing you need to do is you now need to open a brokerage account. So in opening a brokerage account, it is called the CSCS account. So this is where all the stock that you have bought is saved. They give you, once you open a brokerage account, they give you an account number. That account number is for you to see everything that you have invested in. You see all the shares you have invested on, you see how much you have invested, you see the price at which the shares is now, you see what the price was before it increased to the new price, and you see your current value and your current value that you have and the value that you purchased your particular shares. So this is what you need to know. You need to know all these things. And again, I said that for the stock market, they operate on specific days. They operate from Monday to Fridays. They operate from Monday to Fridays. They also don't work on public holidays. So if you want to invest your money, they have time frame, which is from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You should be willing to trade, to buy your shares at this particular time frame, and you should be able to sell your shares at this particular time frame. They don't work on weekends and on public holidays. Also, in opening your brokerage account, you will have to go through a lot of process. You have to fill some forms. You will also have to fill in your KYC. All these are informations that are required for you to open that brokerage account. It is called the CSCS account. For you to open that brokerage account, feel free to give out every information that you have been asked to give out in that platform. But first of all, ensure that you are downloading that particular app you want to use from your Apple Store or from your Play Store. Don't download from any other place. Make sure that you are downloading this app from a genuine source in order for you to avoid story that touch. In my next video, I'm going to show you practical step by step how to open a brokerage account for you right in your house, at the comfort of your house. You open a brokerage account and you start investing. So guys, if you have watched to this point and you are here to subscribe to my channel, do well to subscribe to this channel. Click that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss anything about what I will be sharing with you in this channel. This channel is fully loaded with how to make money, how to invest, business ideas, and lots more. So stay glued to this channel. I will be seeing you in my next video. Don't forget that my name is Chidima Otwe. I'm an economist and an ex-banker. So see you in my next video. Bye for now.